Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Sports Illustrated Sooners TV. I'm Rick Heath. With me, Noble McIntyre, and we're at McIntyre Law here, where they've been helping people for over 20 years with their personal injury problems. Noble, when's the last time you saw a beatdown in the Cotton Bowl like OU's defense delivered last Saturday?
It's a long time. I guess you'd have to go back to that 63-14 win a decade ago. I mean, it was just an impressive performance. I've never seen 9 sacks in a game from OU in a long time. Even back when we had those unbelievable defenses. I mean, that's just a lot. They played lights out.
They did, and the defense had a great game plan. Alex Grinch earned his paycheck already, to say the least. But they had a great game plan. I was talking to Kenneth Murray, who had an outstanding game, and he was talking about, you know, when they were so well prepared that when they saw a play developing, they knew what to do.
Right.
I mean, how many times did you see, you know, the OU defense react so quickly that it took away a couple of options that Texas was wanting to try to do?
Oh, it was impressive. You know, compared to last year, where a lot of times I guess our defensive schemes were so complex that players that are unbelievable athletes in this system just look lost last year. This year they looked like, just like you said, like they knew where the play was going to go just as the ball was snapped. And it was just a really fun performance to watch as a fan.
It was, you know, and it's like you said, the last time that had happened, it would have been ages ago.
Right.
You know, and so now all this hope going forward for the OU defense. I mean, everybody recognizes the brilliance of Lincoln Riley and the offensive side of the ball. But it's been a very, very long time since people had that kind of same feeling on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, there's no question. You remember this game last year is when a defensive coordinator for OU got fired. and so here we are 1 year later.
For a good reason.
Yes, for a good reason. And now we have a defensive, coordinator, and the performance of the team was so impressive that everybody's saying, man, if this defense had been here last year, we'd have won. If this year had been here 2 years ago, we'd have won the whole thing. And so it is nice to see the defense finally coming along.
And it's nice for the defense to pick up the offense instead of the other way around.
Right.
Hey, speaking of picking up, if you need to pick up OU tickets, go to oklahomatickets.com or give them a call at 364-7500 for the best selection of OU home game tickets, away tickets, or even playoff tickets. You go to oklahomatickets.com. Give them a call, 364-7500, or go to oklahomatickets.com.
Only at Tri-City Tractors can you hop on a new Mahindra tractor or Bad Boy mower and take one for a spin.
So find us on TriCityTractors.com, the home of try it before you buy it.
Tri-City Tractors, I-44, exit 108 in Newcastle. TriCityTractors.com.
Chalk Sports Bar on Memorial, where they have happy hour all night on Monday Night Football. They have great specials, plus they have good snacks. Chipotle queso, caramelized hummus. They have fried pickles, fried devil eggs, and chips and salsa, all on special for happy hour. And they have drinks. They have $2.50 domestic draft. So all that available here at the Chalk Sports Bar on Monday night. Morfit Medical Center, 2908 Via Esperanza in Edmond, is an integrative family medicine center. They feature smart graft hair restoration, the most complete full head hair restoration on the market these days. It is great for you. It is the smartest, the best way to get a full head of hair back with using your own hair, and it doesn't take as long as you think. So to find out more, contact morefitmedical.com about smart graft hair replacement.
I'm attorney Noble McIntyre at McIntyre Law. Over the past 20 years, we have fought for Oklahomans who have been injured by medical malpractice and medical device injuries. These injuries are caused by products including defective hip implants, transvaginal mesh implants, Zofran, Xarelto, Invokana, and IVC filters. Unfortunately, these type of injuries happen every day, and it's good to have a local expert to turn to for help. On behalf of myself and the entire McIntyre Law team, I can assure you, no one will work harder than we will.
Reveal a more youthful you. A more beautiful you. A more confident you. A healthier you. Your journey begins this summer at Laser Light Skin Clinic. Call us today for your free consultation. At
Eskridge Honda, we go the Eskridge mile for you with low monthly payments. Like a new 2019 Honda CR-V EX for just $189 a month. That's going the Eskridge mile. Online at eskridgehonda.com.
And welcome back, Sports Illustrated Sooner TV. Rick Heath, Noble McIntyre from McIntyre Law. Now, Noble, I said in the opening that you guys have been helping people with their personal injury problems for over 20 years.
Right.
It's soon to approach 25.
25. Next year will be my 25th year of practicing law, which was a milestone when I started simply because I really couldn't think that far out. I mean, I graduated law school, didn't know what I was doing, and here I am a year away from 25 years.
You know, and you guys do a lot outreach for the community and have a big Thanksgiving outlet coming up here soon.
We do. It'll be our 10th anniversary of the turkey giveaway that we do. It's a huge, huge event. OU comes out, brings a Sooner Schooner. Some of the coaches show up. The Roughnecks show up. What we do is we just have a system and a setup where folks who maybe don't have what you and I have can get a Thanksgiving turkey for Christmas for their family. At the same time, get burgers and hot dogs and drinks. And it really is a nice event, and it's just being able to help that many people is, I get a lot out of it myself.
Well, you know, and it's growing each year.
Right.
You know, more and more people are involved in it. You've got more and more of your fellow trial lawyers,
right.
you know, be a part of that. So, you know, it's a great thing, and it's coming up soon, and we'll talk more about that at another time.
Sounds good.
Hey, speaking of talking about right now, though, we were talking about the Oklahoma defense. Now, generally, I open the show and we talk, you know, in the first segment, offense. Because that's what's been ginning this program for a number of years. But it's refreshing to be able to say, hey, let's talk that outstanding defense that Coach Alex Grinch has provided, and especially last Saturday on the floor of the Cotton Bowl.
I think you can't say it any other way. The defense kept us in this game in the first half when we were having some offensive miscues that maybe we don't normally have. And in past years, we could have found ourselves, much like the Alabama game last year, suddenly down 21, 28 points, and it slipping away and playing catch-up the whole game instead of still right there in the thick of it and even with a little bit of a lead.
You know, and the defense, you know, I mean, it's nice. The defense on the sideline going over and saying, hey, we got you, offense. You know, whereas the offense is going, don't worry, guys, we're going to score every time. Because that was the mentality last year. Hey, our offense has to score every time because our defense can't stop them.
Yeah, I mean, last year that's exactly what you had to do is you scored every time. Even against bad teams, we were having to score every time. And this year, it's just not that sense. This year, the sense is, you know what, we might not score every time, but our defense is going to pick us up. And it's a great feeling to have as a fan.
You know, and watching that, I mean, Kenneth Murray, I mean, watching him, I mean, he's now a Butkus Award winner.
Right.
I mean, you know, he potentially, you know, Neville Gallimore, Allen. I mean, he played the down lineman position there and ate up the Texas offensive line. He was in the backfield or disrupting. The young pups out on the end, Perkins and Redmond, I mean, they're out there putting pressure on.
Right.
Kenneth Murray is flying all over the field, making tackles violently. I mean, all of that, I mean, it made a Sooners' heart warm to be able to say, wow, that's our defense.
Well, what it looked like, and Ellinger, I think, said it after the game, was Oklahoma's always had great athletes. Now we're just letting them go play.
Yes.
We're not scheming them. We're just saying, as you said earlier, there's the ball, go get it. And they're doing a great job at it.
You know, and the defensive secondary played well. I mean, you know, they got a couple interference calls, but hey, Alex Grinch told those guys, and he's their position coach, the cornerbacks. He goes, hey, if we're not getting a couple of, you know, pass interferences, PIs, he said, we're not really doing our job.
Right.
He wanted them up on those, on those receivers. I mean, Texas has got some big-time receivers, and for the most part, they were held in check.
They were, and you need to play up on athletes like that because last year, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, we were giving them 10, 12, 15-yard cushions, and they were picking up the first down all the time. This year, we're 2 yards off the ball, and we're hitting them at the line, and so it just really changed the entire dynamic of the defense and of the game.
Now, not to throw cold water on this, but Lincoln Riley in his press conference goes, it's just one game, guys, because even the press in his press conference was getting a little overjoyed with the defensive performance. And he goes, hey, it's just one game. Let's wait and see. And this coming game here against West Virginia, Lincoln Riley said in his press conference, is the most important game of the year because Texas is easy to get up for.
Right.
Can you play that style, that intensity, that kind of pressure on West Virginia, and this Saturday is what we'll see.
Well, we'll see. Georgia obviously didn't do it in their game, and they were 21-point favorites, and they lost. I think we're a 30-point favorite. Certainly, I don't think that we're going to lose, but yes, we need to play like we know how to play and not down to the level of competition.
You're talking to the players after. I mean, after practice this week, Kenneth Murray, Trey Brown, Parnell Motley, Neville Gallimore, talking to those guys, and they go, hey, how do you keep that intensity? He goes, the coaches aren't going to let us not. They're going to practice us just as hard, just as focused. And then talking to Coach Grinch this week, he goes, hey, he said it doesn't happen on Saturday. It happens on Monday. It happens on Tuesday. Right. He said, we practice the same way whether it's Texas or it's South Dakota on Monday. And that's how you keep these guys ready to go.
Well, they're doing a good job of it right now. Obviously, we'll see how it is, whether there's a letdown or not. I think the other thing is we have a quarterback right now that doesn't smile very often, and he's hard to please. And I think he's going to be sitting back there saying, we've got more games to go.
Yeah, and that's the one thing we'll be talking about Jalen Hurts when we come back. But the one thing that Jalen Hurts is not going to let the offense is sit on their laurels because he's not satisfied. He's not anywhere near where he wants to go. And I think that's what we'll find out when we go back to that game on Saturday and watch the offense. Hey, you're watching Sports Illustrated Sooner TV. Noble McIntyre, Rick Heath. We'll be right back. And coming up next, Dr. Michael Padilla, Orthopedic Sports Medicine Center. If you're looking for a place to get your athlete in good shape with sports medicine, then you need to talk to Dr. Michael Padilla, who will be coming up next on Sports Illustrated Sooner TV.
Only at Tri-City Tractors can you hop on a new Mahindra tractor or Bad Boy mower and take one for a spin.
So find us on TriCityTractors.com, the home of Try It Before You Buy It.
Tri-City Tractors, I-44, exit 108 in Newcastle. TriCityTractors.com.
Chalk Sports Bar on Memorial, where they have happy hour all night on Monday Night Football. They have great specials, plus they have good snacks. Chipotle queso, caramelized hummus. They have fried pickles, fried deviled eggs, and chips and salsa, all on special for happy hour. And they have drinks. They have $2.50 domestic draft. So all that available here at the Chalk Sports Bar on Monday night. Morfit Medical Center, 2908 Via Esperanza in Edmond, is an integrative family medicine center. They feature Smart Graft hair restoration, the most complete full head hair restoration on the market these days. It is great for you. It is the smartest, the best way to get a full head of hair back with using your own hair. And it doesn't take as long as you think. So to find out more, contact morfitmedical.com about Smart Graft hair replacement. Have I talked to you about Neighborhood Jams and the Winston? Great places, part of the Hal Smith Restaurant Group's Neighborhood Jams. Two great locations in the metro, one in Norman on Main Street next to the railroad tracks, one at 150th North Penn. Great breakfast and lunches, the best you can find. They got biscuits as big as a plate, and they've got wonderful pancakes, every kind of egg dish you'd like, plus a great selection of lunch available at Neighborhood Jams. Two locations, one in Norman on Main Street next to the railroad tracks, one at 150th North Penn. If you're looking for that great brunch, think about Neighborhood Jams. Also the Winston in Norman on Main Street, a great place for lunch or dinner. The Winston has its own flavor, kind of like Pub W, but with a Winston flair. So if you're looking for a great lunch, great dinner, great drink specials, and don't ever forget 2 for Tuesdays, which is very popular at the Winston on Main Street in Norman.
I'm attorney Noble McIntyre at McIntyre Law. Over the past 20 years, we have fought for Oklahomans who have been injured by medical malpractice and medical device injuries. These injuries are caused by products including defective hip implants, transvaginal mesh implants, Zofran, Xarelto, Invokana, and IVC filters. Unfortunately, these type of injuries happen every day, and it's good to have a local expert to turn to for help. On behalf of myself and the entire McIntyre Law team, I can assure you, no one will work harder than we will.
Reveal a more youthful you. A more beautiful you. A more confident you. A healthier you. Your journey begins this summer at Laser Light Skin Clinic. Call us today for your free consultation.
At Eskridge Honda, we go the Eskridge Mile for you with low monthly payments. Like a new 2019 Honda CR-V EX for just $189 a month. That's going the Eskridge Mile. Online at eskridgehonda.com.
And welcome back to Sports Illustrated Sooner TV. Joined now by Dr. Michael Padilla, Orthopedic Sports Medicine Center. Dr. Padilla, thank you.
Thank you. Happy
Hey,
to
now
be here.
we talked a few weeks ago about Eric Swinson, left tackle for OU. He was out for a while with a torn labrum. All right, he's back now. He played really, really well against Texas, but he still has an injury. Tell us about what he's going through, kind of working his way through rehab and playing at the same time.
Well, there are different varieties of labral tears. Overhead athletes typically get slap tears, or tears of the upper labral region. He's not that. So offensive linemen tend to get more posterior labral tears because of the constant force they're kind of putting, the constant pushback against their hands, and that's transmitted to their shoulders. So we typically see that more commonly in offensive lineman types. But it can always, football is a violent sport, and everything that can happen probably will happen. Shoulder dislocations are very common, and that's a tear in the front and bottom part, closer to the armpit of the labrum. Now that any type of labral tear is going to result in shoulder instability, but how our body senses that is different depending on where that tear is. So a posterior labral tear and a tear in the upper labrum in that slap region is gonna be manifested more as pain versus a tear in the anterior inferior aspect, or the bottom and front that you get from a shoulder dislocation. That's going to be sensed as true shoulder instability, and the shoulder coming in and out. Sometimes they're having to pop it back into place. Now that said, he may be looking at a surgery in the off season, but plenty of times we do have athletes that come in with acute shoulder dislocations or slap tears or posterior labral tears, and we brace them and try to get them through the season. And then when the time is right, and when there's a better time to do it, we address it surgically. So he may be having a lot of pain. He could be having frank instability of the shoulder, where the shoulder's just loose in there and it's coming in and out. But I suspect that it's probably more pain that he's dealing with, and you fit these athletes for custom braces to try to get them through as best you can. My experience with these is, and I've treated plenty of these this way, is that the injury usually gets worse, and so it's a much more difficult thing.
And that's what he's going through right now. It's pain, and he's got a brace, where they've got him strapped in, and he's able to play. But golly, I mean, what kind of pain do you have to have? And when a guy, is 300 pounds thrusting at you, and you're having to push him off and hold him off, and that's still so. What a pain threshold that young man must have.
Right. Yeah. He's an athlete. Athletes, they have that warrior mentality. So I think that's kind of what you get pumped up full of adrenaline. And it's amazing what the body can do in that instance. It
was amazing what he could do on Saturday down in the Cotton Bowl, because he was fighting very, very hard for his team, and and it made a difference, because when your left tackle comes in there and he's there where he's supposed to be, it makes everybody else feel better about it. And it certainly made the fans in the stands feel better to have that left tackle. Well, Dr. Padilla, thank you so much. Orthopedic Sports Medicine Center here, 10 locations throughout the state. In Norman, Oklahoma City, lots of other places. For more information, go check out Orthopedic Sports Medicine Center and find out where the nearest location, so they can help you with your problems.
Only at Tri-City Tractors can you hop on a new Mahindra tractor or Bad Boy mower and take one for a spin.
So find us on TriCityTractors.com, the home of Try It Before You Buy It.
Tri-City Tractors, I-44, exit 108 in Newcastle. TriCityTractors.com.
Chalk Sports Bar on Memorial, where they have happy hour all night on Monday Night Football. They have great specials, plus they have good snacks. Chipotle queso, caramelized hummus. They have fried pickles, fried devil eggs, and chips and salsa, all on special for happy hour. And they have drinks. They have $2.50 domestic draft. So all that available here at the Chalk Sports Bar on Monday night. Morfit Medical Center, 2908 Via Esperanza in Edmond, is an integrative family medicine center. They feature Smart Graft hair restoration, the most complete full head hair restoration on the market these days. It is great for you. It is the smartest, the best way to get a full head of hair back with using your own hair, and it doesn't take as long as you think. So to find out more, contact morefitmedical.com about Smart Graft hair replacement. Have I talked to you about Neighborhood Jams and the Winston? Great places, part of the Hal Smith Restaurant Group's Neighborhood Jams. 2 great locations in the metro, one in Norman on Main Street next to the railroad tracks, one at 150th North Penn. Great breakfast and lunches, the best you can find. They got biscuits as big as a plate, and they've got wonderful pancakes, every kind of egg dish you'd like, plus a great selection of lunch available at Neighborhood Jams. 2 locations, one in Norman on Main Street next to the railroad tracks, one at 150th North Penn. If you're looking for that great brunch, think about Neighborhood Jams. Also the Winston in Norman on Main Street, a great place for lunch or dinner. The Winston has its own flavor, kind of like Pub W, but with a Winston flair. So if you're looking for a great lunch, great dinner, great drink specials, and don't ever forget 2 for Tuesdays, which is very popular at the Winston on Main Street in Norman.
Reveal a more youthful you. A more beautiful you. A more confident you. A healthier you. Your journey begins this summer at Laser Light Skin Clinic. Call us today for your free consultation.
At Eskridge Honda, we go the Eskridge mile for you with low monthly payments. Like a new 2019 Honda CR-V EX for just $189 a month. That's going the Eskridge mile. Online at eskridgehonda.com.
I want to thank some wonderful sponsors of Sports Illustrated Sooner TV. The Trails Golf Club in Norman, a championship golf course with an even better championship atmosphere at the Trails Golf Club. They have great membership specials available for 2020. So if you're looking for a place for you and your family to play golf for the next year or so, give them a call at 364-3790. Talk to Kathy Hess and find out about membership specials at the Trails Golf Club. Also, Brown Shoe Fit Company in Norman. Ladies, if you're looking for winter fashions, I know we've had a bit of cold already, but if you're looking for winter fashions and comfort, then Brown Shoe Fit Company in Norman on Main Street next to Hobby Lobby is where you need to go. They have the latest in fashions and styles all available for you ladies at Brown Shoe Fit Company. Men, the same thing. They have dress shoes, rugged outdoor shoes, and athletic shoes, all in various styles and sizes available for you at Brown Shoe Fit Company in Norman on Main Street next to Hobby Lobby. Also, I want to thank Oklahoma Tickets for being a sponsor of our show, oklahomatickets.com. If you're looking for OU tickets, concert tickets, or the Best in Thunder tickets, oklahomatickets.com is where you need to go. You can give them a call at 364-7500 or go to oklahomatickets.com. Rick Heath, Noble McIntyre, talking OU football on Sports Illustrated Sooner TV. Noble, we generally, have been talking about Jalen Hurts in glowing terms.
Right.
For the most part, Saturday he did okay. But he had 2 huge turnovers that showed a little bit of a chink in his armor.
Well, I think he was under pressure perhaps probably the first time, and we got to see how he responded to that. You're right, he had 2 major miscues, and he really had 2 more that just didn't get picked off. That if the roles had been reversed, we'd be upset with our defensive players for not catching those balls. And so he made some decisions under duress that he hasn't made previously this year. And I think maybe that was a little bit of the knock on him in Alabama. But at the same time, if you use Lincoln Riley's words earlier, it's just one game, and those are just a couple of plays. He had other plays during the game, which were classic Jalen Hurts, and still set a record for the most yards rushed for a quarterback ever in the series. Still threw for 3 touchdown passes. And so, we're talking about 1 interception and 1 fumble. He still managed the game well.
And I think the part that pleased Lincoln Riley, and if you can read between the lines that pleased Jalen Hurts, is in spite of those 2 turnovers. The fumble that he did inside the 20
Right.
when they had a chance to go in up by 2 touchdowns. And then the throw in the end zone before half, that was ill-advised. Nobody would have made that throw. I mean, much less an experienced quarterback like Jalen Hurts. But how he came back, how he didn't drop his head, how he maintained his composure, maintained, the focus, and still allowed that OU offense to do well.
Well, at the end of the day, you're still talking about a quarterback that's, 32-2 in his career as a collegiate player, has played on 2 or 3 national championship games. I mean, the guy's not going to get rattled like a new freshman would get. But you're right, he had a couple of miscues, and he came back out the next series like it had never even happened. Reminded me of Baker. When Baker was here, he'd throw an interception, and it didn't matter. He went right back out and was chucking the ball the next time.
But you know what? The day belonged on the offensive side to CeeDee Lamb.
Yep.
Oh man! Now I've got to say this: CeeDee Lamb was magical because he made 5 Longhorns disappear.
Yeah. That's probably the best joke you're going to tell all week. But that was really, if you've seen the freeze image of that, where there he is and he's surrounded by 5 players and he scores. I don't know how he does that. In fact, all 3 of his touchdowns that Jalen threw for were thrown to CeeDee Lamb short of the goal line, and CeeDee made something happen. And it was a really impressive performance to see him be able to get the ball in the end zone when he should have been tackled well short several times.
And when they have that freeze frame and they show just CeeDee Lamb and 5 Longhorns, okay, they're all kind of surrounding him, and he yet makes 3 of them immaterial and the other 2 miss. And asking him about it, he goes, "I just wanted to get in the end zone." And he said, to be honest with you, I didn't see 5 Longhorns. He said, I saw the 2 guys between me and the end zone, and I just said, I want to get in the end zone, and I made them miss. I mean, what kind of super athlete do you have to be to make guys that are quality athletes not even touch you?
Oh, I mean, these are starters for Texas. These are good ball players. These are 4- and 5-star recruits. And yeah, he made them look foolish. But he's so fast. I mean, he reminds me of Marquise Brown. I swear, we're gonna have another 1st-round draft pick as a receiver next year. He's not staying. He's gonna do just what Marquise Brown did. He's gonna go out and get picked up in the 1st round.
Well, he's the top 8 pick so far.
Wow.
Already, and moving up. Because anybody that saw that, any GM in the NFL that saw that, those receptions against a quality opponent, like you said, like Texas. This is not South Dakota. This is Texas, the University of Texas.
No, I know.
DBU, whatever they want to say about that. But he made them look inept. So that day belonged to CeeDee Lamb. Jalen Hurts showed that he can come back. So the offense is in good shape. The defense is better shape than people can remember ever in a while.
Right.
So now OU needs to go forward, play against West Virginia this weekend, and prove again that they have both sides of the ball doing well. And I think it's going to be, 51-21, something like that would be my prediction against West Virginia?
I think we'll score more than 50. I think Oklahoma will probably put 60 on the board against them. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I think that's a good prediction, 51-21. I think the line's 32. So you're taking West Virginia in the points?
No, I'll give you West Virginia the point. No, we're not going to do that. But I'm trying to look at it that, okay, you get up, get a good lead,
right,
and then see what happens. Anyway, that's going to do it for this week's show. I want to thank Noble for being on, and Sports Illustrated Sooner TV will be back on next week right here.